Unit 5.5, Systems of Equations Applications. When are we going to use this in the real world? Here you go. This is how you're going to use this in the real world. Right? Many real world problems can be modeled and solved using a systems of equations. So we're going to use this process to solve these problems. We're going to define our variables. We're going to write a systems of equation using the given information. We're going to find the solution. We're going to solve the system and then answer what the question is asking for. Remember to go back and double check what the question is actually asking, right? Because if it's asking for something in minutes or something in the number of shoes or something in miles, you have to put that in the answer. It can't be naked numbers. No naked numbers, okay? All right. So this is 5.5 real world applications. Alright, let's make this a little bigger. Not too much bigger. Whoa. All right, the sum, there's your key word, we're adding, sum is add, of two numbers is 30, and their difference is 12. Find the two numbers. All right, so the sum of number 1, right, two numbers, and the difference is 12. So let's say that the smaller number, remember, define your variables first. Smaller number is x, and the bigger number is y. Right? And it's telling us that the sum of the two numbers, so x plus y equals 30. That's what it told us. The sum of the two numbers is 30. And their difference is 12. So the difference between the two numbers is 12. And we need to be careful how we write this, because the bigger number should come first, right? So y minus x equals 12. All right, so the first thing I noticed is that they're not lined up. So I'm going to rewrite it, right? So I'm going to put y, x plus y equals 30. And then I'm going to flip these around so that they'll line up. Negative x plus y equals 12. All I did was flip them around. Now they line up. Right? So now that we know how to do this, all we have to do is cancel one of the terms. X minus x is 0. Y and y is 2y. 30 and 12 is 42. Divide by 2. Y is 21. Now we know what y is, we have to figure out what x is. Right? So we can plug it into any equation. Do the first one. X plus 21 equals 30. Minus 21. X equals 9. Right? Remember, find out what it asked. Find the two numbers. All right, so the smaller number, and answer what it asks. The smaller number is 9, and the bigger number is 21. And go back and make sure it makes sense. The sum of the two numbers is 30. Yes, if you add those together, you get 30. Their difference is 12. The difference between these two numbers is 12. Yes. You have the right answer. The difference between two numbers is 9. The first number plus twice the other number is 27. find the two numbers. All right, so first we have to define the variables. So let's say x is first number and y is second number. Now we have to write our equations. So the difference between the two numbers is 9. So again, we want the bigger number. The first number plus twice the other number is 27. We want the bigger number. So we can assume the bigger number is the second number. I might be wrong, but let's find out. So y minus x equals 9. The difference between the two is 9. The first number plus twice the other number is 27. Now let's see if that makes sense. Rearrange it. So it's going to be negative x plus y equals 9. And then we have x plus 2y equals 27. Right? I just rearranged it so that they lined up. And then you have a canceled term. We have 3y equals, what is that, 36? Divide by 3. Y equals 12. Now that we know what y is, we can plug it into either equation. I'm going to plug it into the second one. X plus 2 times 12 equals 27. X plus 24 equals 27. Subtract 24 from both sides to isolate the x. X equals 3. So, let's see if that makes sense. The difference between the two numbers is 9. The difference between 3 and 12 is 9. Correct. The first number plus twice this number, which will be 24. So 3 and 24 is 27, is 27. Right. Perfect. Find the two numbers. Right? So the first number equals 3, and the second number equals 12. Systems of equations. Number 5. The sum of two numbers is 20. The difference between 3 times the first number and twice the second is 40. Find the two numbers. Alright, so first let's define our variables. Alright, we're going to do let x equal the first number again, and let y equal the second number. Alright, the sum of the two numbers is 20, so x plus y equals 20. I love that the first one is so easy. First equation, and then they ask you craziness. The difference, so we know it's going to be subtraction, between 3 times the first number, 3x, 3 times the first number, and twice the second, equals 40. Alright, we need to create a different, we can either make this a negative 3x, or we can make this a positive 2y. I'm going to make this a positive 2y by multiplying times 2. So we have 2x plus 2y equals 40. So we have 5x equals 80. Divide by 5. That would be 5, 3, 6, 16. 80 divided by 5 is 16. How did I get that? Okay. 80 is 50 plus 30. 50 divided by 5 is 10. 30 divided by 5 is 6. 10 and 6 is 16. Math in your head, buddies. Alright, so x equals 16. Alright, so 16 plus y equals 20. Minus 16 on both sides, y equals 4. So we're saying that x is 16, our first number is 16, and our second number is 4. The sum of the two numbers is 20. Well, that is correct. The difference between 3 times the first number and twice the second is 40. 3 times 16 is 48. 3 times, and twice the second number, which is 8, the difference is 40. Well, we know we have the right answers. After you get more practice, half of this can be done in your head. But you have to get some more practice first. All right. Seven. All right, moving on to the back of the worksheet, starting at number 7. It says the cost of 3 boxes of envelopes and 4 boxes of notebook paper is $13.25. You'll notice how it gives it to you in money, which means your answer is going to have the money symbol. All right? 2 boxes of envelopes and 6 boxes of notebook paper cost $17. Find the cost of each, which means your answer has to have the money symbol. All right? First, define your variables. Let x equal envelopes. Let y equal paper. And then write your equations. So the cost of 3 envelopes, 3 boxes of envelopes, 3 X's, and 4 boxes of notebook paper, 4 boxes of Y, equals $13.25. 2 boxes of envelopes and 6 boxes of paper equals $17. Find the cost of each. Alright, so the first thing we do is decide what we're going to cancel. Let's cancel the y variable this time, because before this we were always doing the easier one. So let's do the harder one, just so we can show we can do it. Right? Let's make this 12y, so multiply times 3, and let's make this negative 12, so let's multiply by a negative 2. Right, so we get 9x plus 12y equals 13.25, and you get negative 4x minus 12y equals negative $34. Now we can cancel. We get 5x equals negative lost my mind. I heard something fall. Oh. I've already messed it up again. Alright, backing it up. Forgot to distribute. Alright, 9x plus 12y equals 39.75. And then we have negative 4x minus 12y equals negative 34, which gives us 5x equals 575, and 575 divided by 5 is 1.15, $1.15. Right, so the boxes of envelopes are $1.15. Now when we know that, we can plug it into any of the equations and you should get the right answer. If you end up with a decimal that's too long, plug it into the other equation and see what you get. Because sometimes the other equation is a better rounding, right? So let's do the second equation, because again, we normally do the first, let's do the second. So 2x plus 6y equals 17. So $2.30 plus 6y equals 17. So subtract 230. That's going to be 6y is equal to 1470. And what do you get when you divide 1470 by 6? You don't get a, you get 2.33333333. All right, so let's do the other equation and see if it comes out better. 3x plus 4y equals 13.25. So that'll be 3.45 plus 4y equals 13.25. Subtract, see, 13.25 minus 3.45 is 980. So 4y equals 980, right? I subtracted 3.45 from both sides. Now I'm going to divide both sides by 4, and that gets a good answer, right? So y equals $2.45. Go back and read the question, right? Because it wants to know the cost of each. So envelopes, which was our x, is $1.15 a piece. Make sure you have a dollar sign. And the paper equals $2.45 a piece. Right? Make sure you go back and answer the actual question. That one took a little more work. That's all right. That's all right. Let's move down to number 9. It says Gabby and Sydney bought some pens and pencils. Gabby bought 4 pens and 5 pencils for $6.71. Sydney bought 5 pens and 3 pencils for $7.12. Find the cost of each. All right, define your variables. So let's let x equal pens. Let y equal pencils. Gabby bought 4 pens, and 5 pencils for $6.71. Sydney bought 5 pens and 3 pencils for $7.12. Alright, first we have to decide what we're going to cancel. Their greatest common multiple, their least common multiple is 20. Their least common multiple is 15. Let's do 15 because it's the smaller number. And let's make the top one positive 15, so we'll multiply it times 3. And let's make the bottom one negative 15, so we're going to multiply by a negative 5. So now we have 12x plus 15y equals, let's do 3 times $6.71, should be $20.13. I would have been off by 3 cents, but I was pretty close. And then we have negative 5 times 5x, so we have negative 25x, negative 15y, 35, almost $36, 5 times 712, 35.60, negative 35.60, negative 35.60. Alright, so it cancels. We're left with negative 13x equals, what's the difference? Let's see, 35.6 minus 20.13, 1547, negative 1547 divided by 13, right, equals $1.19. Now that we know pens are $1.19, let's find out how much pencils are. It doesn't matter which equation you use. Do the first one and see what you end up with. 119 plus 5y equals 671. Let's see, 436, 119, 476. 476 plus 5y equals 6.71 minus 476, 5y, let's see, 671 minus 476, $1.95, $1.95 divided by 5, 39 cents. Y equals 0.39. Alright, so remember to go back to the question so you can see how to write your answer. Alright, find the cost of each. So a pen, which was our X, equals $1.19. And our pencil, which was our Y, equals 0.39 cents. Right? Make sure you do that. Go back and double check how they asked it so you know how to answer it.